Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your timeless reading. Scorpio could be your zodiac sign, or it could be another placement in your birth chart. You could also find so much resonance with this. If you're interested in a person with the zodiac sign, a Scorpio, and the message could be about them or about you. Then there are the ones who just love getting all the messages that I channel through. Every message is a channeled message. Anything I get, some of it won't make sense to you. That means it's not yours. Leave it alone. But the ones that do, you know what's yours. Take what's yours. Leave the rest. And my tribe out there, y'all are the best. And I want to thank you for the growth on our channel, because this is our channel. All right. And we got cards for you, Scorpio. You have star centers coming out from the Pleiadian Oracle. Okay, I want to read that from the book for you. Opened right to the page, too. You know it was meant to be. All right, so star centers, and it says, seated across your now and future Earth are planetary hubs of elevated consciousness where like-minded communities and star seed initiates will meet to foster human evolution. Known as star centers, these have begun to sprout and will continue, with their intention to seed a network of activation points throughout the lands of Gaia. These star centers are extremely important, for they begin to chip away at outdated systems such as borders, court systems, false education, and expand the hue into their greatest capacity as a free-thinking, creative, infinite beings that works together in unity. Through their establishment, your society will gradually transform into a galactic civilization and be formally introduced into the Galactic Federation of Light, which is a universal body of intergalactic species working together in alignment for peace and unity. When the Star Centers card arrives, we, your Pleiadian guides, are proclaiming that you have a star mission with land or community. Your soul mission is to live and be at one of these star centers in order to embed your unique teachings and activations to others. Now is a good time to invest in real estate, take opportunities to travel, and be open to invitations to live at a star center. Another meaning of this card may represent that is an ideal time to change locations and move to other parts of the globe. Whatever it is, you are being guided to arrive at one of these star centers for the betterment of your Earth. So it talks about travel, real estate, new homes, self-sufficiency, community, group consciousness, global mission, and teaching groups. So some of you're finding yourself in a place and you're like, I don't know why. I just know I gotta be here. I just know I gotta go there. That's the vibe. And then we have remembrance. I'm not gonna read this one from the book, but I'm gonna show you this image. And you see this person is sitting, meditating, possibly just taking a time out, grounding, connecting to earth, connecting to the stars, staring out at the infinite nature of the universe. I love the energy there. So there is something here about you're at this place, and it could be part of your remembrance or part of your assisting others in remembering who they are, where they're from, why they're here, things of that nature. Okay. And Kuan Yin Oracle has been calling to me as well to come out. So we're going to use her for your session as well. Let's see what we have from the Kuan Yin Oracle. What's the most important message in the Scorpio energy reading, please? And thank you. Okay, there it is. And you have the Sisters of the Star Blossoms, card number 27. They're showing me 27. A lot of very famous people died at age 27. There's something here about, I heard, make it or break it energy. Okay, so let's see what the book has to say about this card for you as well. And it says, it is good to remember that whilst we take our own unique journey back into divine bliss and truth, we have plenty of friends that love us unconditionally and wish to help us find the way home with the least suffering and greatest joy. When we allow ourselves to be helped, we help others too. It is a spiral of support and love that is wishing to connect more so with you now. Group energy is powerful. When used consciously, it can help us expand in the same way that if you were doing any task, many hands could make light work, as the saying goes. While many hands make light work too, your energy can help nourish and lift the energy of others in a group as you are able to carry a high vibration of love in your heart. The ancient Chinese, over 2,000 years ago, referred to the Pleiades as the star blossoms. These 7 stellar sisters work together as a group higher consciousness to radiate great love and light on our planet, and they can assist you now to find the light in the groups within which you share involvement. It is service to connect with heart-centered groups that feel good and improve the quality of your life, and to be supported and supporting of such groups, and you are guided to allow this to happen more in your life right now. Solitary practice is an important element of growth and can be extremely powerful, but sometimes group energy is an important element of your spiritual growth too, and you are encouraged to meditate, pray, and chant with groups and communities that resonate with your heart. Okay, they said stop reading the book, and what I heard was, so some of you are in isolation, you're very alone where you're at, just like this guy here, right? But they're saying you can connect telepathically to all the different ones who are part of your, I heard soul's mission, okay, part of your soul's mission, to different souls who come from the same soul family, same soul group as you. Okay, so is working with groups, if you don't have a physical group, you connect to them spiritually. If you do have a physical group, then working with that physical group right now is important. And I heard it helps you reach the greater community as well by doing so, because I heard in this way you have more soul tie connections, able to they gave me the word infiltrate, and they're laughing too, because it's not really an infiltration, but that's the best I'm hearing human word to describe what we are meaning for you. Also, they're bringing up the 7 sisters. It came up in the message from Kuan Yin. I was already thinking about it when I saw the stars on the remembrance card. However, I didn't say it. And so now there it is. It's been said. So the 7 sisters, significant. That's a star group, and there's some meaning for you in that personal meaning. Let's see what spread is for you. The spread that came out is the Let Go and Let Love spread. So I'm going to pull some more cards for you and just see what other messages come through for you. We're going to start with the healing, the crystal reading, healing crystal reading cards. So let's see what we have. Okay, if we could shuffle right. That's not how my shuffle usually go real smooth. So what that's letting me know is there's been some challenges. Interesting. So there's been some challenges to connecting physically with somebody or others in your group. You could feel like you're very much the only one. I mean, you're not completely by yourself, but you could feel like you're the only one who's where you're at, who's in your state of being. Yeah, your spirituality and your state of being. They say you could feel like you're the only one who's there. Nobody else is really up to par with where you're at spiritually. I heard nobody else could talk to you universally like you do. If they can, that's somebody who's at a distance. Okay, let's see. Okay, and for some, that somebody at a distance is part of, it's like they're in the spirit realms is the way it's being shown to me. Okay, so we're just gonna lay your spread out here. And the bottom of the deck is the healthy body. So the first of the shuffles that I did is connecting the body and the body. And that's interesting because that's the one where it's telling me you and another in the physical not reconnecting so well right now. So I feel what I'm seeing, what they're showing me with all of that is that you are more spiritually connected to your group of people, to the one. Yeah. So it's more like you're not in the same space, physical space, so whether the distance is across town, in another state, in another country, on another planet, on another dimension, you're still connected. You need to know that. So in this spread, it's 5-position spread. Our first position asks what, or speaks of what you seek in a relationship, and it says spiritual awakening. So that's letting me know, like, you're looking for your tribe right now. You're looking for people who get spirit the way you get spirit, people who's consciously aware, in tune with the universe and the laws of it, in tune with their spirit body, in tune with their self, mind, body, and spirit. Somebody who you have a connection to spiritually is important for you right now. Selenite is a beautiful crystal because what it does is it has striations through it, like line markings. As a matter of fact, it's kind of hard to see with all the stuff I have on it, but this is the big giant selenite tablet. The thing covers the whole space down there, that was gifted to me. So in this as well, like, you're looking for interesting, the gift from the universe that is this relationship. It could be romantic, but I'm not really picking up on a big romantic energy at all. If I begin to, I'll let you know. But this is more like you're looking for your soul group. You're looking for your spiritual connections. You're looking for people who you can feel in alignment with. Yeah, people that it feels good to be around. I heard whatever capacity they come in. So show me show me more about the spiritual awakening card, why it's here. Thank you. And we have the King of Wands. Okay. Okay, so you have some magic you want to do. You have some gifts and talents you want to utilize, but you want to do that in cooperation with somebody else as well in your experience. Okay. Let's pull some of these, a selection from the Handmade Oracle cards, and see what else comes out to give some more detail to our message. All right. So show me more about the spiritual awakening as far as what you seek in a relationship. King of Wands, you want somebody who has their own fire, somebody who has their own passion, somebody who follows through in what they say. Okay, yeah, see? Top shelf product and top shelf service. That's what you seek in a relationship. You're not willing to undermine quality of connection. You're not willing to, I heard the word forego. You're not willing to forego spiritual connection. So you could be in, I feel like you've been surrounded by people who really just don't give too much attention. I heard they don't give no fucks about their spirituality, about their spiritual connection. I heard people who are very focused on the physical realm, materialistic things, and you're like, you just want to talk about the universe and energy and how it flows and all the materializations you've been having and stuff like that. But you feel like it would be awesome if you could do the magic that you do and then have somebody in your physical 3D presence who can appreciate that and work with you with that too. So let's see, what is the hindering belief that you hold? And the card coming out there is new beginnings. Okay. So I'm getting with this new beginnings card that the hindering belief is about, you meet all these different people, right? But I'm hearing that it becomes very clear that they're very temporary in your experience. I'm hearing very superficial, a little bit too shallow. They don't have the profundity. They don't have the depth of, I heard, of emotion or connection that you are seeking right now. And then anybody who does appear to have a spiritual basis in their life, it's just not, it doesn't have the roots like you do. So it's like you're the university student, you speak calculus, and you're trying to connect with somebody who's a first grader in elementary school, and it's just not stimulating. You're looking for more spiritual stimulation. Yeah. 8 of Wands. The other thing is I'm getting to, one of the hindering beliefs is you believe that everybody that's coming your way is just being coming to you because you're here to start them on a path. Jubilation. Okay, you're here to help start them on a path. Jubilation is very, hold on, let me just, because when I see jubilation, like it just feels so freaking joyful, a celebration. Let me just see, because I remember there's also this ceremony of jubilation in the Bible, but it's a feeling of great happiness and triumph is how the dictionary defines it. Jubilation, let me just see jubilation from the Bible. One moment. because there was something in the Bible about jubilation. So in the Bible, jubilation refers to a shout of joy or praise, particularly to God. Okay. And it can be used to describe a general state of joy and celebration, specifically to describe a religious service or a religious ceremony where praise and joy are expressed to God. The term is also used to describe the year of Jubilee, a special year of celebration and release outlined in Leviticus 25. Um, the word release is coming through real strong. It's a special celebration of joy and release. Okay. So one of the things is like people get so excited when they meet you, but they're at a beginning place. It's like, so there's something here about them being in a beginning place, and you're not in a beginning place. You're not in a beginner's seat. You're not new to this. You're actually quite skilled. I heard adept. You're adept, meaning quite skilled in this reading. So let's see. Our third position says a past wound to embrace. Relationship healing with Morganite. Okay. So yeah, in the past you had a lot of relationship healing. That's one of the paths that brought you to this place of adeptness spiritually. Yeah, with the Chariot, it helped you find balance. It helped you get control over your life. It caused you to take action. You made a lot of changes. I see that you made a lot of changes. Started just deciding and declaring and then following through on the direction that your life was in aim towards. You started taking movement. You could have actually moved, right? And it's like, especially where you moved and then you're in this new place, people are so excited to meet you, but they just don't have this spiritual depth that you crave. I'm hearing the word crave. And then I just heard, I don't know why I heard craven. I don't know what craven, and that means something for somebody. Mama knows. Okay. So in this relationship healing, your mother is with you. Your mother knows that you've made a big move. Your mother knows what you've gone through in regards to overcoming the challenges and obstacles. For some of you, your mother was the source of the challenges and obstacles why you needed relationship healing. However, mama knows. Anywhere where mama is in the spirit, she was with you. And there's a huge congratulations energy coming through about the moves that you made in healing relationship issues that have been repetitive. I'm hearing repetitive. Okay. Yeah. And then you got to remember, they're saying, mama's saying, you got to remember that you're connected to all these different soul groups, and you're connected to the stars, and the stars are showing me the angels. The angels are the stars. Okay. They're saying the angels are the stars. Okay. And you're the star of the show. She says, and you're the star of the show. So there's that energy there. You've overcome a lot. Somebody, the energy of zodiac sign Cancer is related. That's your mother's energy. That's somebody else's energy that you had a relationship that you had to heal over, a very healing relationship. Now, a healing relationship doesn't always mean that it's a beautiful relationship. I heard take it from personal experience. Sometimes the most difficult and toxic relationship could be the most healing, because it's that difficult, toxic relationship that will help you to identify with more clarity who you are, what you deserve, what your boundaries and limits are, and begin to have the practice ground to express them. If you don't have that difficult, toxic relationship, where will you have the grounds and the reason to utilize your self will, your determination, your boundaries, your yes and your no? Okay, and then I hear let your yes mean yes, let your no mean no. This was part of relationship healing that you had to go through. So I'm hearing flimsy boundaries. You used to have very flimsy boundaries. Okay, so it's like embrace it. That relationship could have been a whole shit show, but it actually helped heal you so much, because I heard never again will you choose anything that resembles that. But it was exactly what you needed to get to be this exact way today, I hear. Okay. So our fourth position talks about how best to move forward, and we have the opal coming out with the word joy. Yes. Okay, so now we have two words on the table meaning joy, with jubilation and joy here. Um, joy. I heard it doesn't have to be in combination with nobody else. It can be yours and yours alone. Oh, okay, that's very empowering. And they don't have to agree with you. You've got cause for joy, okay? And it's attracting the right community to you. I'm here, the kind of community who has different types of goals. I heard when you don't allow your joy to be impeded upon by others who don't understand it, can't embrace it, don't know how to hold it, you hold space for those who do. Very simply put, those who do. Okay. Show me more about why the joy card is here as the best way to move forward. And you have the Knight of Cups. That lighthearted and carefree energy is evidence, I heard, of the spiritual touch that is upon you and your life. I'm hearing that joy that you hold is evidence of the spiritual touch that is upon you and your life. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please, and thank you. I'm hearing the joy that you carry and maintain is evidence of the spiritual touch upon you and your life. And you carry your own cup of joy and you carry it forward and you keep moving forward. So it's like I'm hearing no matter what comes in the road, you have the tools and abilities that are necessary to continue to advance, continue to grow, continue to find joy. And I hear in every moment, so important. What else? I love that this came out here as how best to move forward. It says, what is an allowing point of focus that I have right now that would delight me and its side effects? And so in best way, continue to choose that allowing point of focus. How do you know if it's an allowing point of focus? Because you feel good when you're thinking about it. And some of you're going to have to get creative with this, but I feel like most of you got plenty of reasons that you could immediately point to about which to have joy. And they're saying, okay, they're saying, tell them. I woke up at like 5:30 this morning. Usually I like to sleep half the morning or all the way to noon. However, I woke up at 5:30 this morning, animated, ready, excited about life. Fixed me a cup of coffee, sat down, did a whole page in my journal of all the things that I love about me and my life. And every time that my thoughts tried to go to, other people, my daughter, my grandchildren, my clients, etc., it immediately brought me back to no, we're talking about you specifically, and it came into creativity, ideas, kindness, persistence, devotion, willpower, honesty, integrity, all these different words, right? And so they're saying, with you, let that be your source of joy. In other words, I feel like you already know this, and this is more confirmational than anything. It's not about taking your joy from everybody else. I could take all my joy from my daughter and my grandchildren, but that's not true. It's not sustainable, because the minute they start to acting up and fussing and whatever they do, then the joy gets diminished. But see, if you don't take the joy from the others, now it's maintainable. Now it's manageable. Now you can continue to linger in that energy. And that's what they're prescribing as your best move to move forward. So now, in our final position of your spread for your Thomas reading in the Scorpio energy, it talks about how best to attract. And we have take action, labradite. And as soon as I saw the take action with labradite, they showed me a period where I didn't have a lot of work. Work was slow. In other words, I wasn't doing nobody nails. I wasn't getting booked. I wasn't getting clients. So what did I do? I did productive things with my physical body that made me feel as though I was being productive. I created the feeling of productivity. And so they're saying, and how can you apply that towards what you would like to attract? There are some things you can't do. I can't do somebody's nails if nobody don't call me and come in to get them done. But there are other things I could do. So what did I do? Work around the shop, create some other art, do some tarot reading, find a way to where you feel productive. And they're also giving me guidance that they've given so many people who are talking about finding a job. They're saying dedicate the same amount of time that you want to be working, dedicate that amount of time to doing something that helps you feel fulfilled, whether it's cleaning around the house, getting into the garage and cleaning out all that storage stuff, getting into your junk drawers and cleaning that out, making a piece of art, doing the yard work. They say building something, fixing something, that one screw that's been loose forever, go screw it down, get a longer screw, it'll stay that way. They're saying finding something to do to feel productive in the meantime. And they said, and if you ain't got no work to do around your place, find somebody who could use some help and be of service, be of assistance. That was a great advice that they gave to somebody to how to attract work, and it's worked time and time again. And so how best to attract? They're saying take action. So maybe you are seeking this connection with these people. How do you connect to people? Well, you first off, you get out in the world. So they're saying maybe go explore some new places, go take a walk at a different park, go walk around a different mall, go to a different library, go to a different bookstore. They're saying go someplace different, go sit at a coffee shop. They're saying go someplace different, get out in the world, take action, put yourself in positions where attracting what you choose to attract could actually happen. So maybe you start joining some sort of spiritual center or some sort of meetup group on esoterics, meditation group, or some sort of spiritual ceremony type of thing, because what you were wanting to attract was people who are top shelf product, top shelf service, spiritually focused, right? That's what you were wanting. You were wanting to attract that. Okay, so they're saying think about that. uh, at what can you do to take action in the direction that leans towards putting you in the ambiance is the word they're giving me, in the ambiance that you would like to be in. So they're saying, and we say ambiance because for somebody here, this is about also attracting that feeling of wealth. They're saying, so go to the wealthy place, go to the places where you think wealthy people go there, get you a cup of coffee, go walk there, go through the stores and see what those stores carry. They're saying go drive through those neighborhoods, go to their Walmart or their Ross, stuff like that. They're saying, okay, because how best to attract is the Knight of Swords. If you take any kind of action, I'm hearing the universe responds swiftly. And because the action that you're taking is an expression of your knowing of what is true for you. So when I go to my studio, although I'm not booked to do anybody's nails, and I go to my studio and I'm ready to do other projects and stuff like that, and then I get that walk-in client who's my next and latest high-end, consistent, loyal client that I didn't even know I was gonna meet today, right? That's the universe responding quickly to my knowing. I went there because I know that I attract everything that I need. And so, although I'm not booked, that doesn't matter because that can change at a minute. I don't need to be booked, and then it shows up. Somebody could send a deposit. Something gonna work out. It always does. Okay, but that knowing creates a quick response when you act in harmony with the knowing. Okay, and then they were wanting me to show again. There's levels to knowing because you have hope, you have belief, and then you have knowing. And they want me to explain it. Hope. I hope that I get a new client. Hope means I don't know if this is going to happen, but boy, it sure would be nice. That's another way to say the word hope. There's nothing wrong with hope. But if that's the best you can reach for, you need to understand what it is, because above hope, we have belief. I believe that I go to my studio and do something productive, and then new clients show up. Why do I believe that? Because I've seen it happen before. So, I have something to relate that to. It's not just a, well, maybe it might happen. It's a no, there's a little bit more oomph to it. Now, knowing is like, oh, I done did this time and time again. You can't tell me nothing else because I know, like I know, like I know. And you can't tell me what I know, but I can tell you, and you can't tell me that I don't know what I know, because I know that when I go to my studio and I plan to just chill and clean the shop or whatever it is, then somebody come through that door, and next thing you know, I have my next loyal client. So they want you to remember the difference between hope and belief and knowing. And so some of these things, when you take these action, you want to kind of gauge how strong is your level of knowing in that, because there are different levels to that. But they're saying the universe responds quickly when your actions are in alignment with uh, your intention, your focus, and your knowing. Okay, fresh fish, honey baby, honey baby, honey baby, how best to attract. They're saying start noticing all the new things that are happening in your energy that weren't happening before. but they started happening the more and more you started going into this allowed point of focus, the more and more you stop worrying about the new beginnings happening, the more and more that you stop trying to force things, but rather allowing things. Okay. And why? Because you're connected to an entire community. You're connected to a whole group. You're connected to the stars and the angels, and you're connected to all humanity. And they're saying, if what they say in science is true, which is energy can neither be created or destroyed, it can only be transmuted, then that means you've always been here, you've always existed, and you were created connected to all that is. And if that's true, all you got to do is tap into that energy, baby. Tap into that knowing, baby. Get to the level of knowing, of definiteness. I know I'm connected, I know I attract, and this is how I've done it before, and this is how I'm going to do it again. So, interesting reading coming out for you. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. Thank you so much for being such a beautiful part of this tribe and the growth that we're having here on our channel. I'll keep coming back. You do that too. And if you want to know more about contributing, getting involved in what I have to offer, come get your nails done in Vegas, whatever, look below the video and on the website, that one. And then, yeah, I'll be back. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.